I'm Laura Spalding Best, and this is Best Practices. Today's segment is a very special one that we call Guest Practices, where we invite a special guest to join us and share their pro tips and inside knowledge in the field of museums and art handling and related fields. Today's special guest is from Scottsdale Museum of Contemporary Art as well, our registrar, Carrie Tovar, and she's going to share one of her favorite tips with you.
As the museum registrar, I am responsible for all of the information about the objects in our collection. I am the keeper of information. This involves not only the objects in the collection, but those that come in for exhibitions as well. I act as a steward for the works of art in the museum. Museum registrars tend to be rule followers. We focus on best practices and policies. We are lovers of even the smallest of details. And some might say we even develop a few little quirks along the way. One of my quirks is something that I'm going to talk about today, and there's a story behind it. This is my love and undying devotion to the Pentel mechanical pencil. Some fun facts about me. I have both a BA and an MA in art history. My area of emphasis was Greek and Roman art, and hand in hand with studying Greek and Roman art is participation in archaeology. I was on an archaeological dig 21 years ago when I was introduced to the Pentel mechanical pencil. Our dig director, Dr. Frederick Cooper, loved his tools and also put a lot of value in the tools that we would be using in the excavation. He also loved any kind of form of new technology, and he had just received a barcoder. So he turned all of our names into barcodes and barcoded our tools for the entire season. If you were to lose a tool or misplace it or set it down only to be found by someone else, Fred would know, and then you would have to endure a lecture about personal responsibility. So even our pencils had our barcoded name on them. It was really important in an archaeological dig to have a mechanical pencil. You can't deal with sharpening your pencil when you're in the trench. You don't want the shavings all around. You also have to be able to take really clear and concise notes in your trench notebook. So this was actually one of the most essential tools that we had. So I understand why Fred was very much an adherer to the rules of the archaeological dig. Fast forward to my life as a registrar. It's really interesting that a lot of the things I learned very early on an archaeological dig actually translate into my career as a registrar. I still have this incredible need for a pencil in my work. In the galleries, we do not use ink. It is too dangerous to have around the artwork, and it would be very hard to clean if some accident were to happen. So we always use a pencil. Also, when we're working around art, we don't want to deal with the pencils that you have to sharpen. We don't want to deal with the shavings littering the floor and having to clean up. So a mechanical pencil is essential. You also want to be able to take very clear and concise notes. You don't want them to smudge. So having a Pentel has been really essential to my life as a registrar. And I'm even a little particular about my Pentel. It has to be 0.5 millimeters. 0.7 is just too fat of a lead tip for me. So in my career as a registrar, it's really important to have those tools that I have come to rely upon. And I was really fortunate to find the Pentel pencil very early on in my career. And what is really exciting is that I still have my original Pentel from 21 years ago with the remnants of my barcode, because I was not going to lose this pencil. It still travels everywhere with me.